Welcome to the All Thumbs vidcast. I'm here with my buddy Caleb. Yeah. Josh isn't with us today, unfortunately, so for those of you who wanted to see Josh, he's a busy man. He's very busy. But you see that there are topic skippers on the bottom left and the bottom right of the screen, so you can skip to the next topic, or you can skip back a topic if you guys would like to rehear or hear the next topic. And also in the description, we have timestamps for everything we talk about. So if there's something you came here specifically for, check out the description and you'll find it there. Alright, so I guess we can start with what we've been playing, right?
Let's kick this son of a bitch off.
Yeah.
Alright.
Go ahead. What have you been playing?
Oh, okay. I will go first. I've been playing, I downloaded Westerado.
What is that?
It's like a, kind of like Titan Souls. It's a little small game. It's about $15, same price as...
So it's indie?
Yeah, same price as Titan Souls. And it's got similar graphics. It's like pixelated, little bit graphics.
Yeah.
It's a Western shooter. And you go around, this guy's family is murdered by this psychopathic killer. Classic
plot.
Yeah. It's pretty classic, and I just beat it the other day, and it's worth $15. Okay. It's fun.
Is it long, or is it just like really good, or?
No, it's probably like a 3-hour playthrough. And you can play through it multiple times on different difficulty levels. It's really fun. And one of the quirks of it is you can kill everyone you meet.
Nice.
And it's really fun because like you just roll through and you can just shoot everyone. It doesn't even matter. Even main characters in the storyline.
Is it like is it like top down or like side scrolling view kind of thing?
Top down side,
like StarCraft or something, like a isometric kind of like
but like 2D, like you go up, kind of like a Link to the Past where you go to different screens and stuff.
Okay,
and it's pretty fun. You go. Oh gosh, I lost my train of thought.
I got coffee over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some. Gosh, what was it? Oh yeah, sorry. I went to the shop, like the gun shop, and you can like upgrade your guns and stuff. And right off the bat, like I killed these shop store owners, and of course, once you kill them, they're dead forever. And
oh shit!
I had already bought the shotgun, but I wasn't able to buy like the dual wield pistols
that you want.
Yeah, and
Caleb likes the dual wield pistols,
or the rifle that shoots through stuff. That's a really good weapon. But I got the double barrel shotgun, which is pretty cool. But
God dang.
It's a fun little game. And also I played, I mentioned this in the last podcast, that Titan Souls game.
Yeah.
That game is it's pretty dang fun. The bosses are just really unique.
Isn't that all it is?
Difficult. It's all bosses and you die in one hit. And all you have one bow and arrow. And you have one arrow. You shoot it and you have to retrieve the arrow.
Oh, okay.
And,
Is it just like you beat... I don't know anything about the game, I honestly know. And of course, I'm sure there's people out there that don't too, but... Is it just like you just like beat a boss, then go to the next room, then beat another boss, then go to the next room? Is that how it works? Or
it's linear, so you go... Like, you start off and tell you the two controls, which is A roll and X is shoot your arrow. And hold X, and you can like telepathically retrieve it. And you just enter this one part of the map... And like there are different doors that you can go into.
Yeah.
And you go in one. You can really pick which door you go into. You don't have to beat them in any specific order.
Okay.
At least this first group that I've witnessed. And you just kill the boss and you move on to the next one. And some pretty spectacular fights. It's fun.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
And it's only $15.
Isn't it? I think it's nice, like, to be able to go and, like, play a game that's, like, a lot cheaper. Like, you're spending, like, 1/4 of the amount of money that you would on, like, a normal AAA title or whatever.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost, I mean, and nowadays when you grow up, you don't
have money to just blow everywhere.
Well, you don't have money to blow, and you don't have time to blow. And these 20-hour games cost you a lot in time, not only money. But time as well. $60 game costs you 20 hours. So by that point, you're wasting a lot of your... Not wasting. I mean, some games are worth that, but a lot of times they're just not worth the 20 hours. Or in Skyrim's case, over 100 hours.
Yeah, I think games like Grand Theft Auto and Skyrim that like you can just like pick up like pretty much right where you left off, and like not be like, oh shit, what did I do last time I played? You know what I mean? Like, oh, what was the plot? Because, you know, sometimes like there'll be large gaps of time where you don't play the game, and you're like, oh my god, what happened last time I played? I don't freaking remember. But like,
it's not as important in those games.
Yeah, exactly. You can just pick it up and play it and be like, okay, next side quest, what the crap ever, you know? So I think games like that are definitely worth like the 60.
Oh, absolutely.
Like hands down.
Certain games are absolutely worth it, but
yeah,
there a lot of waste out there.
But there's a lot to be said about making the most of like a small amount of time in a game. I just watched a video about that actually, like how Portal's like 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, Portal's.
But it's like amazing.
One of the greatest. Yeah,
it's like literally praised for being a short game.
Yeah, and those small indie games, I think there's going to be more space for those unique ideas out there. Because I mean, small charming games like Titan Souls or Westorado.
Yeah, Meat Boy, whatever. Like,
and even that, I figured out the name of that stupid. We've been chronicling the name.
Are you talking about Block Boy?
It's not Block Boy.
What is it?
It's Boxy Boy. It's like
Boxy Boy.
It's Boxy something.
You're like you still didn't quite. Was it Boxy Boy?
I think it's Boxy Boy.
We're talking about the 3DS game. If you guys weren't here for like previous podcasts, there's this 3DS game we were trying to figure out the name of.
I'm gonna buy it. and that's what I'll have for next time.
I think that's another like $10 or $15 game. So you can just
$5.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's only on the 3DS, and I'm gonna buy it.
When I see a game that's like that cheap, I'm like, dude, what do I have to lose when I buy it? Because it's like you're spending like $5. It's like, dude, that's like a meal at McDonald's. It's like,
yeah, it's from the.
I'm like, you have nothing to lose almost.
When HAL Laboratories makes it and Nintendo's backing it, and it looks neat, you know, it's only $5.
It looks cute.
You're not gonna be let down.
I've heard it's good. I've heard good things from it. So.
Yeah.
But
I don't expect to be let down.
Oh yeah, you want to tell everybody what you got?
Oh,
just recently.
Yeah. I just got in the mail.
Not the wedding invitation.
Not the wedding invitation.
Yeah.
I ordered. Oh god, like 3 months back. It feels like I ordered the.
That's actually right, isn't it? Was it like 3 months ago?
I ordered the GameCube adapter and a GameCube controller from GameStop because, as you well know, which we've chronicled on here, it's how difficult it is to get those pieces of equipment. Or, sorry, the GameCube adapter, not the GameCube controller.
The controllers are everywhere.
Yeah, I could go pick up a controller anytime. But that adapter, I got it. And I'm just waiting to put the time in and play it.
We haven't played with it yet, but yeah, it's gonna happen. But
yeah, safe to say.
I remember I just went to Game Exchange yesterday, which is a local game store here. But they had like the off-brand adapter, and I was like, nope, not even gonna do it. Not the Hyperkin one, I think is what the popular one is. It was some brand I had no idea what it was.
Is that a 4-port?
Yeah, it was the 4-port one that was for the Wii U, but it was some crazy, it looked really bad off-brand, and I was like, I think I'll wait. Because, you know, you never know the quality when you get something like that.
Yeah, so, I saw an off-brand one online, and it's got great reviews, but I just, you know...
It's such a gamble, I mean...
It's only $20, but...
Oh, yeah, and that was the other thing, it was 30 instead of being 20. So I was like, no, I don't think so, sorry.
Yeah, screw that.
But yeah, you been playing anything else?
No, really. Just playing with the new house. God.
Yeah, tinkering. Caleb just moved, so.
Well, I haven't moved yet.
Well, in the process of moving.
Yeah, it's God. We just got done demoing and we're painting, but.
Yeah, if you want to know why there hasn't been a podcast in a couple weeks, they've been really busy, and stuff's been it's everywhere. Like stuff is just going, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
so
we try to. It doesn't take too much to put it together, but we got to be together in the same room to do it, and you know we got lives, so it's difficult sometimes.
But yeah, as far as me, as you guys saw probably on this channel, I played through Affordable Space Adventures and I got done with that. Fantastic indie game if you're on the fence about buying it. It's on the Wii U, and it's just only on the Wii U. I mean, like, it's one of those games, I don't know if you read reviews about it, but like it's one of those games that could really pretty much only be on the Wii U.
Oh,
because you have
gamepad.
Yeah, it actually implements the first game ever to use the gamepad. No, but yeah, it's really cool. I've also been playing through Golden Sun. I'm sure some of you probably know that one. It's a really good old Game Boy Advance RPG. Like, I looked at when it was released, because I got the game when it came out, like, a long time ago, right? Mm-hmm. It was like, I downloaded it on the Wii U, because, you know, it's on the Wii U eShop. I'm sure you've seen it on there, right?
Golden Sun?
Yeah. I think it was the first Game Boy Advance game. they put on it. But anyways, I downloaded it, and I was like, oh, dude, it's been so long since I played this, and I saw it came out in 2001, and I was like, holy crap, that was 14 years ago. I was 11 years old. Wow, like...
Where's the time go?
I know. It just seems like it was just yesterday. You know, you ever have that feeling like it's like, oh man, yeah, I just played that 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Freaking
part of it
crazy.
never leaves your brain.
Yeah.
Because especially if you spend hundreds of hours with it.
Yeah.
Which I know I did with my Game Boy Advance game.
Oh, dude. Oh my god. I've been looking for I lost like a ton of my Game Boy Advance games, but I still have a few of them. I got like Mario Power Tennis and stuff like that. I've been wanting to play through.
Nice.
It's freaking classic, dude. But yeah, I've been playing those, and of course like Pokemon and Flower. Like I said on other podcasts, most of the games I play, you guys see on this channel. I don't do a lot of personal gaming. I've been playing a few PC games though, so that's good. Like a few free indie PC games, because I've kind of opened the door to that since I've got a few things fixed on my computer and got some crap cleared off of it. So,
what have you been playing?
There's one called Doris and the Dragon. It's about this. It's really funny because it's like this old lady who dies and goes to like the netherworld-ish sort of area, right?
Yeah.
And she comes with her shopping cart. And she meets this dragon, and the dragon's like, you're not supposed to have a shopping cart. Like, you're not supposed to come through with anything, so I don't know how you did. And so, like, you go around, and, like, everything is hilarious in the game. Like, there's like a 2 stone rock statues that are, like, people. You know, like, you've seen those, like, in the movies and stuff?
Yeah.
Where, like in Lord of the Rings, like, when they move around. I mean, not Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, right? Where they're, like, actually moving around and stuff, like the mountains are. Remember that one scene? That one obscure scene in the Hobbit. No, but yeah, there's like 2 stone statues like fighting, and it's a guy and a girl like, you never listen to me and stuff like that, and they're permanently facing away from each other because they're both like a mountain, and they're like having like a problem, and Doris has to solve it and stuff, and it's a point and click. It's what it is, and so I don't know. It's just funny, and there's there's so many fucking games out there to play, you know. I don't know.
Can't play them all.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I'm trying to get some more stuff up on here for you guys, especially PC games, because people keep asking for it. But
yeah, PC games, that's where it's at, and that's where we're going next. PC gaming's getting their own E3 press conference. Finally,
yeah,
they're represented.
It's weird. It's weird how long it took though.
Yeah, it's been I mean, the amount of money that the consoles spend.
Yeah.
On the announcements and putting cameras up, television. It's a big production. And PC Gamer, I think it's a magazine, PC Gamer magazine, and AMD came together. I
think they're a site too.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I was gonna say I don't think you can be.
They have a website.
I don't think you can be one without the other these days.
Yeah, if you're a magazine, you gotta have a website. And they're coming together to push this E3 conference. And now I'm gonna run down the lineup, and you tell me if there's any major company that's missing from this list. AMD, Blizzard, Bohemia Interactive, Cliff Bleszinski, who's not a company, but he's very prominent in the PC.
He's a name, yeah, that's for sure. He's definitely a name.
Cloud Imperium Games, Dean Hall, Devolver Digital, Humble Bundle, Heart Machine, Paradox Interactive, Square Enix, and Tripwire Interactive.
Square Enix, huh?
Yeah, you may have, if you didn't guess, Nvidia is not scheduled to be there as of yet, and neither is Intel, 2 of the biggest, I think bigger than AMD, names in PC gaming. So without them, is it really a PC gaming conference? That's yet to be seen.
It's an AMD conference.
Yeah, essentially. Now, they are competitors, so it makes sense that they're not scheduled to be in there, but you can't really call yourself a PC gaming press conference and not have Intel and Nvidia at the press conference. Yeah. So, and that kind of speaks to why it's been so long for this to happen, because PC gaming is so spread out, and there's a lot of companies out there kind of fighting for as far as graphics cards and operating system and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think this first year really literally shows that. You obviously, I mean, there's obviously some, what do they call it? Like division among the ranks or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I think they'll probably, like with everything, they'll just see how this goes, and then if it gains traction, I'm sure. Probably just like with the consoles, Nvidia either Intel and Nvidia will team up, or Nvidia will just have their own.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Or Intel will just have their own. It'll just be, then there'll be like 6 conferences, and we're just gonna have to watch everything. It's gonna be awesome.
Awesome. Maybe also a pain in the ass. I don't know.
Pain in the ass to cover.
Yeah. Oh my god.
If you're a journalist, is pain in the ass.
Can't even freaking imagine. But yeah, yeah. I think if I ever went to E3, I'd just go to freaking enjoy it, not to.
Oh yeah.
Not to try to cover everything. Maybe cover a couple things, but geez, dude.
That would be dream come true to go.
If they got split, I don't know. My God, they should almost seriously just call it the AMD conference, considering the fact that like, if there wasn't even a mention of the other 2 larger competitors, then like it's almost just like, what are you doing? I mean, obviously it's a self-branding kind of thing. Like, oh yeah, we are PC, you know, whatever. But like, it's just. I don't know.
If you game on AMD.
Yeah, I was gonna. PC's a lot more than AMD. That's
yeah,
for sure.
Full disclosure: I use NVIDIA cards, not AMD.
Yeah,
and I use Intel processor, not AMD.
I just use whatever I can afford.
Yeah. Well, no, you have an NVIDIA.
Yeah, there's an NVIDIA in there. Yeah, that's because I can afford it.
And is that? I wonder if you have a Intel. I think you might have Intel.
Yeah, it's Intel. It's Intel.
Well,
sorry, AMD.
No, AMD. I actually used to have a AMD processor, and it was good for gaming. So.
Good. Well, I mean,
they're all
either way.
It's a processor. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Whatever, as long as it helps your computer run. I don't care.
As long as it runs the game, it doesn't matter.
But yeah, either way, it's super cool to see PC at E3. Period.
Finally get their own footprint.
It's about damn time. That's said. I mean, come on, that's been like a long time coming.
PC is such a huge part of the gaming market, and
it keeps getting bigger.
In the future, I think they have the most potential for growth. And consoles are kind of seeing a letdown here, and this is the time when PC really takes
consoles. Over. This generation is the perfect example of consoles being a letdown.
Yeah, there's no good software for Sony or Xbox.
And that's the best thing about PC. You can just keep upgrading it.
Yeah, you keep.
You don't have to buy a new machine. You just upgrade your own machine.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's going to be people that don't want to do that, but
you have to have a pretty good mind for it, and it takes some education. But
it takes quite a bit of research.
We digress.
Yeah.
It's speaking of Sony.
Speaking of console generations.
Yeah. Sony as a company is losing money. I think they lost. They're recording $1 billion loss for their company.
Did they say why? Is there a division that's failing, or
this isn't as I don't know.
Oh, okay, you don't know. Okay.
I don't know which specific, because
right.
Sony is a huge company. If you're not familiar with it, but one of the interesting things I thought from their earnings report is that they lost $1 billion, but the gaming division itself is profitable at $400 million.
Right.
Which kind of surprised me. Kind of speaks to, I guess, what.
It really speaks to how well
they're
freaking doing. They're doing so good. I mean, their console's been the top seller for. I mean, every once in a while there's a little bit of a shift, but their console's just been selling month after month after month. It's just crazy.
It really speaks to the power of the gaming community, and I
it's true.
I retweeted a tweet the other day. It said AOL's reported a $310 million loss in stock market, a 10% loss after they shut down Joystick.
Oh, geez, really?
Yeah. So, I mean, they're really feeling it.
I heard about Joystick shutting down. I didn't hear about their loss, so that's crazy.
Yeah. And
that is a huge loss.
Yeah, I think it just speaks to which is why we do this podcast, because just how important gaming is to everyone's lives.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to see people, the money showing how important it should be in the forefront of these companies' mind, because where the money is, it's where these companies are going to go, and it's where they're going to put more of their money.
Yeah.
And that's what, as gamers, we should feel real good about.
I wonder if this means that they're like really giving Project Morpheus a push.
I know what sorry.
Oh, you know what the divisions were?
The worst one was Sony Mobile.
That makes sense.
That was where they really took their...
Yeah, because nobody cares about Sony Mobile, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't mean to call you out or anything, so I'm just saying, like, I don't know anybody. Yeah, I don't know anybody that has a Sony phone, I'm just saying.
Me neither. And Apple's really got Apple and Google really have
they have a stranglehold. They have a freaking stranglehold in the mobile market.
Yeah.
Samsung, Apple. Speaking of Google, did you hear about what their new... I made a post about it on Twitter. Their new... communication service, wireless communication service they created, it's called.
Is it Fidos?
Yeah, just Fee.
Is it just Fee?
Yeah, I made a post about that on Twitter.
Like Skyward Sword?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Did you guys hear about their new service? There's a picture of it.
That's pretty funny. But anyway, I mean...
But yeah, that stranglehold...
Kind of a tangent here. I want that Google fee. I'm on Verizon right now, and $20 a month, plus I think it's $10 a month per gig of data you actually use. It's not like you pay for a data cap.
Yeah.
You pay based on how much you actually use.
Right.
I can't wait for that phone service to come out because
good.
I'm going to get on that.
Yeah, and whatever is cheaper and whatever works better is what people are going to end up flocking to in the end. So
yeah. One of the weird thing is though it piggybacks off of T-Mobile's and Sprint's networks.
No.
but it combines them.
Okay.
Which is good. So you always get the best signal that's available, but
right.
But that doesn't mean you don't get the coverage in the rural areas that you would with if you have Verizon. They have a lot more coverage in rural areas.
I think they just have a lot more coverage in general.
Yeah,
period,
they got a lot more
than
coverage,
either one.
Period. Yeah, but I mean,
yeah,
but it's good. I mean, if you're for the purposes that you'd be using it,
it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yep.
I'm not gonna be if I'm out traveling in a rural country or rural area,
you're not usually gonna be doing that anyways. Usually when you're in a rural area, you're just like on a trip or something,
Yeah, exactly. So.
Sorry for those of you who live out there, but yeah. Anyways,
yeah.
So Sony, yeah. so Sony, congratulations. By the way, sorry you guys are losing, but congratulations on your gaming division. I mean, obviously we support that more than anything. I'm not a super huge fan of the next generation consoles, but it's
not the hardware's fault. It's just they don't have the games yet.
Yeah, the games aren't there yet.
Once the games,
they're getting there. They're getting there.
Slowly. Yeah.
We got Bloodborne and we got...
Bloodborne for PS4, but Halo 5 for Xbox One, but...
That's still not working. Did you hear? That just came up in the news. Okay, god dang it. All right. Yeah, Halo 5 still isn't working. I'm sorry for those of you who bought it. But anyways.
No, Halo 5's not out.
Oh, sorry. I meant the Master Chief. I meant the Master Chief collection. My bad. My bad. Yeah, they just had a big tourney for that, and they had to cancel the huge tournament because the online went down again, or it wasn't working again. It's like...
Okay,
come on.
That's a problem.
Come on.
All right, Sony's coming around.
It's been a half a year since
Microsoft,
that game came out.
Get your shit together. Okay. To play Arkham Knight is on the release. Very hyped up game.
Okay.
And
do we know when that's coming out?
I don't have the release date here, but
soon. That's
not,
soon at least.
Yeah, it's soon.
Okay.
That's not why we're talking about it.
All right.
The point is, it's going to cost $100 to play the entire game.
To get everything with it, the add-ons and all that?
Yeah, $60 and then another $40 for downloadable content.
Are you sure you're not talking about Evolve?
No. God, I don't...
It's just one thing after another with the freaking gaming industry and the price gougings and the...
Well, it's business, and, that's why Sony turns a profit on it, because, business is good. When people want content, they're willing to pay for it.
And if they're getting away with it, and they're just going to keep doing it. So I mean, if you guys don't want them to do it, stop buying it. I mean, it's literally that simple. You guys have your wallets, and that's what's making them do it.
You vote with your money.
I'm not saying I'm not. It's your fault. No, I'm just saying that's why. Mm-hmm. That's why this keeps happening. The only way to
put a stop to something is to stop giving them money.
That's one of the reasons why I like. I mean, not to talk of Nintendo or anything, but that's one of the reasons why I like them so much. Is I feel like when a game gets released on the Nintendo, you have the game. They're not like, oh hey, if you pay $40 extra, you can unlock the other half of the game. I mean, I don't know. It's just extremely frustrating. I mean, that's all over the board.
And when Nintendo releases downloadable content, they space it out well.
Yeah.
And it adds a lot to the games, as far as I'm concerned. And that's not even including Mario Kart 8. You get that 200cc mode. That was free.
Yeah.
You didn't have to pay for that. That was free content. They just give it.
And you know other companies will be like, we got to charge at least $5 for that, you know?
Yeah. Or 20. Nemo, $20. Come on, that's...
$200 for 200cc.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's...
Speaking of... while we're on the topic of Nintendo really fast, I don't know if you put this in there, but Sakurai said that he's going to be releasing in upcoming in upcoming like fighter releases and stuff like that. There's also going to be like not map packs, but like stage packs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I don't know if you heard about that, so I just wanted to throw that.
I did hear about that. I didn't put it in the didn't put it in the pockets, but I mean, on top of that, they're also releasing like more characters than we thought, not just 1 or 2.
It's like 5.
Yeah,
or something.
At least 5.
Or at least that's what they think it's 5.
We think it's 5.
Yeah, we don't know yet for sure, but
we don't know the exact number, but we know it's going to be more than just Mewtwo and Lucas. Are those the 2?
Mewtwo and Lucas are the 2 that yeah.
Okay, they were officially announced, and then of course they have the Vote one, which that's at least 3. So we think it's going to be more than the 3.
Yeah.
That we previously thought, but it's.
But anyways,
wait, I don't know what it is. Nintendo just feels like they're doing it the right way with that stuff.
Yeah.
With DLC, they're spacing it out. It makes the game work.
The longevity of the game increases.
Yes, it increases the longevity of people playing the game because they continue to add to it, and they're adding great stuff to it.
Yeah.
They're not just half-assing it and throwing it all out there and then like, oh, we'll patch it up.
Yeah.
No. I mean, they did
take note.
They did patch Super Smash Brothers, but it was a fighter balance.
It's a balancing patch and other things, yeah.
Which
the key here is the game worked out of the box.
Yeah,
and I mean, actually, I think it came with a patch that probably made it work a little bit better when you got the game. But the patch came out with the game. That's something that you need to like. It's something that like needs to be done. I mean, like we have perfect examples of games that are screwed up, like we just talked about Master Chief Collection and stuff like that, and like. Back on like the paying for like all this extra content with the game, like I was going to talk about that with you actually, because like obviously games are getting more and more expensive to make, right? And because they got up, they feel. I think a lot of companies obviously feel and know that like they have to like one up themselves when the next game comes out, right?
Yeah, it's human nature.
Obviously not Mario Party 10 because that was crap, but
Mario Party 10 is like kind of the
sometimes
sometimes
Nintendo takes a step backward, but that's redheaded stepchild.
We'll just kind of throw that one under the.
But like. I know games cost like more and more to make, right? And it almost makes me wonder if like a lot of these companies, and I think Ubisoft is actually doing this already, like they're making their own like little indie games along with their AAA releases so that they can have like a little bit more of a cash flow coming. And I almost think that every company should start doing that, like have a separate division to make these cheaper games that they can sell for cheaper so that they can really get the money that they need and the time that they need to develop these AAA games and make them be everything that they can possibly be without, making us pay $600 every time one of them gets freaking released.
Well, ultimately, yeah, that would be the goal, is to have money coming in while you're making them, and then have that big hit, and then continue the money with the indie games later. But you got to make a good indie game. Yeah. And that can be difficult for bigger companies. But, it's a good model. It's a good model.
There's such personal experiences, yeah, I completely understand.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Oh, Silent Hill got canceled.
Hills.
Excuse me.
Keep saying Silent Hill, and I'll keep saying Hills. It can be like
the new Silent Hill. It can be
like a gag or something.
Yeah, the new Silent Hill game. It just really disappointing because after that PT release on Sony on the PlayStation Network, that looked very promising.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And by the way, PT is no longer available. And I know I actually had some of you asking me if I could play that, and I can't. For one, I don't have a PS4, and for two, it doesn't exist anymore unless I want to go on eBay and spend $1,500 on a PS4 that has it on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's literally what they're selling for.
Look, PT was cool.
Yeah.
Let's chill. All right. Come on.
Yeah. I think the worst thing about like that game just being canceled in general is the fact that it looked so promising. Like you had Kojima and Guillermo del Toro, whatever, working on it, and the actual team of Silent. It's like, oh my god.
Norman Reedus from Walking Dead.
It's like it seemed like the biggest dream come true, and I think that's why people are so like, oh my god, why is this not happening? This sucks.
Yeah.
But that's Konami.
We don't. Well, honestly, we don't know why.
we don't know why. We don't know what's going on with Konami.
We got a pretty good idea it's a rift between Kojima and Konami.
Well, from what I've heard, this is just speculation, of course, but this is a podcast, so whatever.
Yeah.
So like we're the official news station of Johnny. No, but I heard that. This is true. They have their own. Konami has their own pachinko like division in Japan that they make apparently a ton of money on, and I think that. Well, I don't think. Other people have speculated that it's possible that they might not be leaving the gaming industry, but at least like cutting back on like what they're trying to create, and that's why there's been so much like divide on everything that's going on, like canceling of games and stuff like that, because everybody thinks that it's because they've been making so much money on their pachinko, and they've been talking about that a lot apparently, that it's possible that they just might be taking a step back from the gaming industry because they're making so much money elsewhere.
Yeah.
Not like I don't think it'll be a permanently thing, but I think most likely, personally, that they might just start working on smaller projects.
Yeah, that could very well.
That's what I think is probably going to happen, because obviously like things like Silent Hills and the next Metal Gear Solid that's coming out are huge. Those are like some of the biggest AAA games that you can get.
This is so dumb, because with the hype that PT got, by itself, not even Silent Hill, people were just getting PT.
Yeah, and they had no idea. At the beginning, no one knew.
Exactly. And then with Kojima on board, Norman Reedus,
Guillermo
del Toro, excuse me.
It's a mouthful.
And the name Silent Hill, which hasn't been released in I don't know how long, has a
PS2,
huge fan following. That is just one of the best horror recipes for success in the gaming industry, period. There's almost no way that fails unless you go spend $1 billion on it, which just be fiscally responsible, release the game, and just with the name alone on the box, you're going to sell crazy amounts of product.
And
make a good game along with it. You got one of the greatest releases ever, maybe.
And the thing is, like, especially with like horror games. One thing like PT, did you see any gameplay of PT? Like, have you played?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, the thing about like PT is like I've seen a lot of horror games, and I've watched a lot of YouTube videos on horror games and whatever. But like a lot of the horror games just aren't scary. Like they'll have like the jump scare in them, But like PT had like the psychological horror and like really fucked up looking stuff in it.
Reminded me a lot of Slender Man when I was watching it play, just because you don't see. You don't see where it's coming from, but there's that impending doom upon you, and you just gotta fight. You gotta fight through that, as difficult as it is, and it's terrifying.
Yeah,
never has a game like Slender scared me as much as Slender did, and PT looks like one of those that I know it would have.
PT's like. Slender Man's like the entry level, and PT was like the
Looked like AAA Slender.
Yeah, like the complete experience. Like the graphics looked incredible. Obviously, it's packed into one small thing, so like it's probably pretty easy for them to make the graphics look amazing.
Yeah.
But like, oh my god, it just looked so
just
good.
Like the concept, like endlessly walking through that one hallway and just finding different clues. And how you can really there's so many altercations. The hallway itself was such a dense experience because you just find little things, stuff that if you're playing a huge open world game, you're not even paying attention to. But you walk through the hallway, they make you walk through it again. Human nature, you're gonna be looking for different things, and you find these little bits and pieces, and then they get you with the scale, like you're looking through a rainy window, and boom, there it is. It's right on you, and it's fun. It's things like that. It's just. It was intuitive and it was very unique. I'd never seen anything like that in a game before.
Yeah, that's true.
It was fun and it had a lot of promise. And I cannot believe they killed a moneymaker like that. I
can't believe it. It almost really does make it seem like they're just going to take a step back from gaming. But
because if you're quitting that, you don't like money.
I feel like that's like majorly dropping the ball. Like that's as big as it gets.
Yeah.
Well, Master Chief Collection, but like. No, but like, and that's the other thing I was going to bring up, and the point I was trying to make earlier. People love horror games, especially these days, and there's so many people that have the PS4, and like, Silent. I don't remember if they said it was going to be exclusive or not. I think that was still
I don't remember
kind of under wraps, but I mean, come on, horror games are so huge these days. Like, those are the most viewed videos on YouTube usually. Well, besides Minecraft, so, boo, Minecraft. But besides that, like, those are the most viewed. Like, I'll go to people's Let's Play channels, or I'll go to other channels, and those are the videos that get the most views because people are like, oh yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's, blah 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 blah, other horror games, because people want to get scared. It's like an interesting experience.
Yeah,
and so
and stuff like Five Nights at Freddy's, it's just they're so. Like, you talk about dents in the hallway.
Oh, yeah. When
I first encountered Five Nights at Freddy's, I was like, alright, this is pretty lame. It's just, Chuck E. Cheese robots running through a dark hallway. It took me a long time. It was a Kotaku article, actually, that I read that kind of enlightened me to what the creator, where the creator came from, and, like, the backstory behind it all. And you learn different things about these characters, and I just didn't have the backstory that going into it. And a lot of it is, you talk about jump scares. Games like Five Nights at Freddy's are about,
that's what it's about.
Detail and story. They're not, horror games aren't about horror.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the story and just these people's messed up lives or messed up robots.
Or messed up situations or whatever.
Or like, like a murder, what's their story? That's a lot of the most intriguing things in several different horror movies. And that's what makes it interesting. It's not just about, ooh, I got scared at that moment. It's the suspense and holding on to it, and it's just fun.
Yeah. And
fun stuff.
I don't know. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is definitely all about that story. I don't think that... I honestly don't even like the gameplay of the game that much.
Neither did I.
It's kind of boring. Honestly. But it's also one of those games that you kind of have to play by yourself. Like, we were... When we introduced Caleb to it, we were like all in a group. We're like, oh, we're going to watch Caleb get scared, because Caleb gets scared at stuff and it's funny. But, like... Caleb
this was after the Slender Man.
Yeah.
The last scary game I played was Slender Man because... And like I said, no game had ever scared me like that.
Yeah, that was...
And Slenderman was a unique experience. And
I wish you guys could have seen that. It was freaking amazing.
Yeah. Next time we have something like that, I have to throw a video up.
Yeah, really. Oh, yeah, anyways, yeah. So, I have nothing else to say about I'm just extremely disappointed that it's not coming out.
Yeah, Silent Hills, a lot of potential.
Obviously, I'm not the only one that's extremely disappointed.
The potential's there. Was there.
Yeah.
All right, now, moving on, kind of historical perspective here. 15 video game titles are up for the entry into the inaugural... It's going to be the inaugural led into the Video Game Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Which, if you're familiar with NHL, NFL, or NBA, or any sports league, you know that they're the Hall of Fame.
What's that?
And only a certain amount of players get inducted every year, and they're chosen by a panel of writers or whoever the league designates. And these are the 15 titles up for that made it to, I think it's like the final round.
Cat sneezed.
And we're gonna play a fun little game here after I read off the titles that were considered. Number 1 was Angry Birds, then Doom, FIFA, 1993 FIFA, The Legend of Zelda, the very first one, Minecraft, The Oregon Trail, Pac-Man, Pokemon, Pong, The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, Space Invaders, Super Mario Bros., Tetris, and World of Warcraft. Now that's pretty
long list.
It's a long, yeah.
Well, those are like 15 names.
yeah, 15 titles, but we're gonna take it from. I don't know how many they can let in. I think they just vote on who they think should get in, but I'm gonna limit it to 5.
Like that we think?
What 5 do you think that would you pick?
Let me see that.
If you got to choose.
Okay. 5 of these that would go into the... Is it just randomly into the Hall of Fame?
No.
Or do they all have specific categories?
No. It's just Hall of Fame video game that just had a huge
deserves
impact.
a spot. Okay.
Yeah, it deserves a spot.
I'd say Legend of Zelda, the original, obviously, kind of set the standard.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Pong needs to go in there.
Yeah, Pong.
I mean, Pong was so huge. People made consoles to only play Pong on. That's how huge Pong was.
Pong is still fun.
I wouldn't say Sonic, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, not in the first round. It deserves a spot in there.
Yeah.
But if we can only pick 5.
Okay, so that's 2. I'd say Super Mario Brothers also.
Yeah.
Not to shit on all the other games, but Doom. I'd say Doom.
Yeah. Doom.
I haven't even played Doom, and I know that Doom needs to be in there.
Yeah.
Doom was influential as hell. So was Super Mario Brothers. See, like I'm choosing all these games that are influential, obviously.
Yeah. What's just the 5 that you think are the most important?
That's hard. I think I want to say Minecraft, but like Pokemon, I'd say like Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft is a big one.
Yeah. So there's my 5. So what was that? So I got Zelda, Mario, Minecraft, Pong, and what was the other one? Doom? Yeah.
Doom.
Those 5. Those are my 5 of the 15.
Yeah, mine would be Doom, The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros. Is that 3?
He's just copying off me.
Tetris. Oh, I picked Tetris.
Oh, Tetris. Yeah, that's good too. Yeah.
And Oregon Trail. I like. I have a soft spot for Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail's awesome.
Well, when you play it, I mean, you really can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with this.
I feel like everyone from our generation like has at least played that game once, like because we all did in school.
Yeah, when you're in elementary school and you're like, your best friend dies of dysentery, which is shitting himself. That's funny when you're kindergartner. Are you kidding me?
When I was a kid, I didn't know what any of that meant. I was just like, hey, you died. Because, you obviously name every character after your friends or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's what made it so fun, because then it's got, like, its own little backstory. What if we're, like, camping? You drowned, you suck.
I was going to say, I remember, like, actually making up stories, like, and, like, giving people, like, actual, like, future jobs and stuff like that they had.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. That game is great.
Good stuff.
Tetris is always good, too. I mean, that's... from what I...
Puzzle... I just thought puzzle game.
Well, that's been kind of highly acclaimed as like the perfect puzzle game. Like,
yeah,
and I think that's pretty much right.
Puzzle video game, yeah.
Yeah.
That and what was that one that we used to play?
Luminous.
Yeah, that one's fun too.
That's a very good game too. Yeah.
Not as good as Tetris, but
that would be like if I was to call anything like almost the spiritual successor to Tetris, I'd say that would be like it.
Yeah.
But Tetris is still around, so like it almost doesn't need one. So.
God, people are so good at Tetris. Like you watch some of those world speed people. It's like, God.
They're just like, oh yeah, I already know, because they're watching to see what blocks coming next. It's just, I don't know. It's just freaking crazy.
Well, they know exactly where they're going with every block, and they have
yeah. Because they memorized it. Freaking crazy.
Okay. All right, we're on to user questions now.
Oh wow, already?
Yeah, quicker one. If you and we were down a man, so.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Oh, there's one more thing.
What?
Oh, can we talk about the Skyrim mods on Steam?
Oh yeah.
We need to talk about that.
Yes, we should have led with that.
That's okay.
That's producer's fault. Okay.
It's whatever.
Okay. If you're just completely out of tune with anything, then you would have heard that Steam allowed for people who made mods to make money off of those mods, and then subsequently backtracked on that the very next day.
Was it the very next day, or was it like 2 days? I think it was like 2 days
maybe
later.
2 or 3 days, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
It was very soon.
Yeah. Kotaku had a funny post. Kotaku's really hit and miss for me.
Are you talking about the Reddit thing?
No, I'm talking about a post I saw.
Okay.
It said paid Skyrim or paid Steam mods 2015 to 2015 on a gravestone. That was free.
They didn't do that. That was a Reddit thing. They just
was it?
That's what they do.
Okay. Well, it was a funny post by them.
Yeah.
That's where I saw it.
Yeah. So. I was gonna talk about just how ridiculous it was. Did you log on to Steam and see some of this stuff?
I didn't see any of the comments, but I kind of had my own thoughts about it. What were you thinking?
Well, I heard there was like automatically like already ridiculous crap. Like somebody made like some stupid ass sword and was like charging $500 for it, among many other things. And it was like, oh god, this is a freaking train wreck.
Yeah, once you introduce a payment system for anything,
yeah.
My God, you have to have thought about it, and you have to have really just put that thing all locked down. And then you have, especially on the internet, you like need a review system, and then time. Yeah. You can't just throw up, all right, we're going to let you make money off of it, and then let people run wild. You can't. Nothing's going to succeed if you do that.
One thing I want to talk about with that, or what I really wanted to bring up, was people just kept saying, like, obviously Valve wants to make money.
Yeah.
And
they were, if you're not informed about this, they were getting a cut.
A large cut.
It's like 75% of what these modders.
So I think was it Valve? I think it was. I could be wrong. I think it's like Valve got 50%. The actual game developer, like Bethesda, got 25%, and then the developer got 25%.
It was a predetermined agreement with the game but the modder got 25, and the 75% was allocated. However, the publisher and Steam negotiated.
Yeah.
They negotiated that percentage. So
I just obviously they just wanted to make money. But yeah, I guess there was a whole bunch of posts made about it on Reddit, and I wanted to bring that up. And Gabe Newell went on Reddit and was commenting on all of. Oh, you know about this?
Oh yeah.
And like he was getting downvoted to oblivion. Like it was. Like, there'd be, like, a post that somebody made that only had, like, 2 thumbs up, but if they saw that Gabe commented on it, he'd have, like, 2,000 thumbs down. It was insane.
And what happens, for people who don't know, like myself, what happens when you get downvoted in Reddit? What's the... Is it just, like, people think he sucks, and that's just public opinion on it? Or?
Well, if you get downvoted, a lot of the times, like, the comment just won't show up. And you have to, like, it'll say hidden comment because, like, it has so many downvotes, and so you'll have to go and click on it.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can obviously go on there and it'll say, like, Gabe Newell or Lord Gaben or whatever the crap his name is on there. And it'll have, like, all the downvotes, and people are like, holy shit, you got... man, the internet,
it's
like, it's all over
downvote is just equivalent to people talking S.
Yeah, like, oh, man, it's just crazy. Like, everything he said, someone had a counter argument for it. It was just crazy. Like,
well, I mean, you're gonna do that. You better, like I said.
Yeah, you're one person versus a million. I mean,
that's tough.
But yeah, I think he was trying to go on there to be like obviously to reason with people, but you don't reason with people that are. I mean, like when people are already pissed, maybe you should have done damage control maybe a little bit later. But
yeah. Now, personally, I think there is room for modders to get paid for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And to have their content act as downloadable DLC if you were paid DLC.
Yeah.
And have those modders receive a part of that. But I just don't think this was the right way to go about that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you really have to have people looking at it, and it has to be like maybe an official Steam DLC if it's going to be paid.
Yeah.
Because when you get into money, you get into a lot of.
Well, yeah, and I think that was one of the biggest problems was like the cut was just so bad. Like, I mean, like, obviously, people are really good at making mods on Skyrim, whatever. But like the cut that people were getting, it's so blatantly obvious that like it wasn't about the people making content. Like that's not what they were about. They weren't about the people making content. They were obviously just about themselves making money. Like it was just
and that's why it was shoddily thrown together.
Yeah, it was just so bad.
Now, if they come out with a thought through system, a much more well thought out system, and the cut was the same, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah,
mainly because it's
quality control.
Steam's system, and B, it's the publisher's game. So without those two things, you're not making it. Yeah. You're not making any money anyway. So I don't really have as much of a problem with the cut as I do this. I don't want to say shoddy, but it just felt like it could have been more well thought out.
I know. Well, I know a lot of people were just saying like, you know what they should do, like on the modding page or whatever, like whoever whatever page you're on to do the mod, they should just put a donate button on there so you can just donate to the person who made it.
Well, yeah, they can do that. Just go to like a GoFundMe or
something. I don't know.
What do you think? You think there's a place? I think there's a place for paid mods. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Like I think if somebody makes like really 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 good work, like obviously there's gonna be for the one good work that's out there, there's gonna be a million horrible ones, right? I mean, but like I think if somebody really puts a lot of time into it, especially like sometimes there's teams of people who do this.
Yeah.
Like it's not just one person. Like I think they should get paid for it. Like at least a small amount.
Almost like how Xbox treats their indie games. Like it goes through a big approval process before the indie game is even you're even able to buy it.
Yeah, but if you're immediately able to put up a $500 sword, there's a problem with your system.
Yeah, come on, think that through. That should comes across as a little greedy on
that should not be something that obviously. I don't know. I think like they're like at a press conference and one person in the conference is, dude, paid mods, dude, we gotta do it. And Gabe's like, do it now.
User generated content is, something that a lot of people try to tap into, and I think they kind of jumped the gun there with this, but man, there's something there, absolutely.
One thing I do want to say though is I really do think it's cool that I know he got downvoted to oblivion, but like I thought it was cool that Gabe was actually on there, like like talking to people. Developers don't usually do that. Like I see indie developers do that, and I've seen that actually, which is kind of ironic because I did the Affordable Space Ventures review on my main channel, and the actual developers favored it and retweeted it on Twitter. So like, it's cool like when people are actually there to interact with fans. Obviously, he was there for probably just for damage control, but
he's in the face of the Steam community and the internet community a lot more than anyone else, and it takes a lot of courage to do that. And you know, I applaud him for that.
Yeah,
and you know,
slow clap.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to do, and he did the right thing, I think. By going out there and talking with people, even though you know he did get smashed. But,
yeah, he probably knew it was coming. So I mean,
yeah, and with the internet, you just kind of gotta accept that.
Oh yeah,
and, you know
if there's something they don't like, they'll get you.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Steam. I love Steam. So it just feels like, you know, like with, you know, Sony or any other thing, human nature, just sometimes things don't go the way you think they're going to go. And that's, you know, that's okay. You live and learn, right?
And yeah, usually especially with things like, I mean, paid content like this, for one, people are so used to it being free. Like, people are so used to just being able to download this. And then when you add on top of that the fact that almost every single AAA game release, and some not even AAA, just try to sap you of your money. Perfect example earlier, Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
$100 effing to get the entire game experience. Like, that's literally the definition of price gouging. And like, when people see price gouging just everywhere, and it starts to come into like things, you know, that they used to get for free, then they're gonna overreact like that. Because they're gonna be like, dude, come on, like, I already pay like for the freaking fatality tokens in Mortal Kombat, or like, or just like all this other stuff that they like already pay for. Oh, I had to get extra costumes in Street Fighter because it cost you know, like this stuff that used to be free when we were kids. Remember that? Remember playing?
We're getting down to semantics here, but costumes, I'm okay with paid DLC. All right,
yeah,
you're not missing anything.
Yeah.
And the Batman DLC is like it's $40 for the season pass. And it's post-launch content.
Yeah. See, but you don't know if that's going to be good.
Exactly.
It could be crap.
So
you're paying for uncertainty, which
our
is really
blanket
bad.
statement is never ever buy season pass.
Yeah.
Ever, because you got to make them earn it.
Yeah.
Just like really with buying a game.
You really do. Unfortunately, we're a drop in the freaking water, and like, you know, there's so many like people out there that'll just do it because they're like, oh, I just want more game.
Well, you gotta have it day one, you know. Gotta rep it to your friends. Oh, I bought it. I bought it day one, man.
Yeah.
I'm so committed to this game. Oh, hey, how'd that work out? Oh, it was crappy, man. Oh, I'm sorry, huh? Maybe we should have waited.
Oh, how'd that work out? It didn't work out.
It didn't work out at all. I regret it. Retroactive. I'm gonna retroactively go back and not do that.
But yeah, seriously, just think before you purchase, because like, I mean, honestly,
that's what journalists are for. You know?
Yeah. Anything.
I'm a professional journalist, literally. Just go. Look at the reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Get your own opinion about it, and then buy it.
Anywhere. Go anywhere.
Be responsible with your money, because America is built on capitalism, and if you don't vote with your money in the correct manner,
yeah,
and you don't hold these companies accountable yourself with your money, then they're gonna run amok.
I was gonna say, then you're telling them that it's perfectly okay to do this, and
exactly.
It's not perfectly okay to do this.
Yep. When you give them money for doing bad, it's like giving a child candy for doing.
For whining. Like, oh, here you go, little bitch. I'm just kidding. Yes.
I don't endorse that, but if they do something bad, and you give them candy for it, that's positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
You learn about positive reinforcement in high school.
You gotta keep the pimp hand strong. Caleb knows.
Yeah, we're not in a good place right now. Let's get out of it. All right, user questions. Yeah. What's your favorite video game of all time? We just talked about Hall of Fame games. Favorite video game of all time.
Oh my god, it's like endless. There's so many freaking. You know what?
Yeah, it's tough.
I honestly think.
Let's just. I feel have to do this. No, that's not Ocarina of Time.
Oh, I wasn't gonna choose that.
No, I know you weren't, but I feel like that's my favorite. And I'm tired of saying that.
I honestly think probably like one game that blew me out of the water and still blows me out of the water, especially for how much they fit onto one freaking cartridge, is Pokemon Gold and Silver. Like those games, I feel like that's like one of those games that like I could play over and over again, but I don't have it anymore because I let somebody borrow it and they never give it back, and I don't remember who it was. No. So I think honestly, like probably if I was to like, the remakes of those are so fucking good. Like Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, the game is so good. Yeah. I think I have like a love of RPGs, and I think Pokemon really kickstarted that, and so I kind of have Pokemon to thank for loving all these RPGs that like I ended up playing, because you know when I was a kid I played Pokemon, but I wouldn't say Red and Blue and Yellow, mainly just because like Gold and Silver took Red and Blue and Yellow and like amplified it ×3 and like added so much more in. So I'd say that's probably my favorite, because it really kickstarted my RPG fetish.
Yeah, my favorite of all time is
his favorite's Ocarina, but he's choosing a separate.
If I'm choosing like time, and like my favorite growing up is probably Harvest Moon.
Wow.
Friends of Mineral Town for Game Boy Advance, because I adored that game. I played objectively it's Ocarina of Time, but favorite for me is gotta be probably Harvest Moon and Friends of Mineral Town, just because I know at the time we had Sims on PC. And I liked Sims a lot, and I felt like I got a lot of that in Harvest Moon. And on top of that, excuse me, you could get a wife, you could like build up your house, you had a farm, you earned money. I mean, it was all in this virtual world. It's kind of like Farmville before Farmville, but a better version because it's not on Facebook.
Yeah.
And. Yeah. I don't know. I took that game everywhere, and that's the one game I think I regret selling the most. It's probably that.
It's a good choice.
Yeah, it's fun.
I was totally I thought you were gonna be like Grand Theft Auto or something like that. I didn't know.
No, probably favorite ever is personally for me.
And that's Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, Friends of Mineral Town.
There you go. You got two portable titles as favorite games of all time. So. Nintendo must be doing something right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, back in the day, you know, getting driven around everywhere by your parents.
I just like back in the day getting drunk. I was like, what?
No, that wasn't that long ago. You're like 11 years old and you're driving. You know, you're just in the car. You don't know what the hell's going on. You're bored, so you whip out your Game Boy.
Yeah.
You could literally play it anywhere.
Any family road trip, whatever.
Play it with your friends, and it's just like.
Those are some of my favorite times as a kid, man. Like playing RPGs on family road trips. Pretty much, dude, Harvest Moon pretty much is an RPG with the time you put into it. I mean, jeez.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're just boosting your farm stats.
Yeah.
Cleaning up the farm. It's just a different way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different way at it. Yeah, exactly.
And
you know how addicted people are to Farmville, which is pretty much a rip-off of Harvest Moon, which is crappier. So, like... Yeah. There you go. There's our favorite games of all time.
It's all about Harvest Moon.
If Rhoda was here, it'd be something stupid.
Oh my god. Yeah. He'd be trolling. Okay. Next question is, what is your favorite Pokemon? I feel like I've answered that, but...
I don't think we have answered that. Favorite Pokemon? You know, like, one of them is, like, really weird, and it's one of the more recent ones, is I really like Breloom a lot. Like, you probably don't even know who Breloom is, because it's, like, one of the more recent ones. He's just, like, this mushroom. He's, like, a standing mushroom that has a mushroom on its head.
After the first 350, I'm out.
Yeah. Actually, I think he was in Ruby and Sapphire. Yeah, I think that's the game that's the game he was in. The original Ruby and Sapphire.
Well, I'm talking about the first 350, not 600.
Either way, but yeah, I like Breloom a lot. I know that probably seems like a really weird choice, and I'm sure you were probably like expecting me to be like, oh yeah, Charmander, but like I already know what Caleb's is, but he talks about it all the time. But I know it. I'm gonna see if I know it. I'm pretty sure I know it. What?
You don't.
I don't know it. All right. But yeah, Breloom for me, just because he like looks so derpy, but he's like so powerful. I don't know. I really like him.
I like Charizard.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Feraligatr.
Yeah, I played with him a lot growing up, but I like the nature of Charizard. It has something to do with like the shows. It's just
his personality.
And I know he's not that good because he's flying and he's fire, but
when you Mega Evolve him, he's really good.
Is he?
Really good. Both of his forms are.
Well, yeah, and then so I don't know, something about he's got like his own spirit. I don't know what it is.
He's so majestic.
It's fun. Yeah,
He's a good Pokemon. He's
that or Nidoking.
Ridiculously overrated.
Is it Mega Charizard?
What?
Is that the evolution?
Yeah, the Mega Evolution, yeah.
Well, how good is the Mega Evolution?
Well, there's two forms of it. There's Charizard X and there's Charizard Y. Charizard Y is the same typing. It's flying and fire, but it has an ability like I don't remember what the ability is actually called, but it makes it to where do you know the move Sunny Day, where like it makes the sun come down and the sun stays on the field for like 5 turns or whatever.
Oh, for like Solar Beam.
Yeah, for things like that. Well, he has that built in, so when you switch him in to like a battle, the sun automatically comes out.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's like broke as hell in competitive battling. And then Charizard X is Dragon and Fire, the typing everybody always wanted him to be, you know.
That's pretty good.
And he has like Tough Claws, which is a really good move, which increases his attack power. So like he's good. Both of his forms are really good.
Well,
he's good Pokemon.
Which version is better?
I think Y is better. It depends on what you want on your team though. Like usually people use Y. That's the form you see most commonly.
Yeah, I don't know, just something about Charizard. I like him.
He's good. Yeah, he's a fan favorite.
Special.
That's for sure.
Okay.
Disappointed you didn't choose for Alligator.
There's just nothing special about Alligator.
Except he's a badass crocodile.
Yeah, he's badass, but not as badass as a flying, fire-breathing dragon. What game... Okay, here's the last one.
Alright, this is it.
What game did you buy thinking it was going to be great, and it ended up being absolutely horrible?
You want to go?
I can go. I'm gonna go with a game I didn't like. It's not necessarily horrible. Metal Gear Solid 2. Strictly because
bringing it back from last podcast.
I wanted to play. I wanted to play as Solid Snake, not some fancy-haired Raiden.
Don't you play as Snake for a bit of the game, but like
you
not all the game?
You play as him in the very beginning for like.
Oh, so it's like a tease.
Yeah. For like one little part of it, and it is so annoying.
That is freaking.
And then you
terrible.
play the rest as Raiden, and then later on you end up teaming up with Snake, but you don't get to play as him.
Okay. Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, I mean it was a good game, but it just wasn't. I mean, that was one I had to look because I love Metal Gear Solid, and then that hit you. It's just like, oh.
It's just it's just not the game you wanted. Like when you purchased it. How's that quote go?
Yeah, it's the game I deserved.
Yeah, it's not the game you deserved or whatever. Dark Knight, you guys know it, whatever. Comment section, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, anything else you want to say about Metal Gear Solid?
It's not about what's right. Yeah. It's about what's fair.
Yeah. God damn it. Stupid. I think a game, people are gonna, I don't know, I doubt anyone's gonna call me out on this, but like, one game like I thought that I would really enjoy a whole lot, and me and Caleb were all over this because like in Far Cry 2 it was showing you could like burn the fields, you could do all this stuff, but like when I got the game and I played the game, like I thought it was gonna be like this crazy massive like open world game where like all this crazy stuff was happening like all the time,
and it didn't feel open world.
Yeah, but it was really like tight knit, and like a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the environments you were in, at least in the beginning of the game, were really like small. And like you would drive to the next small environment, and then drive to the next small environment.
And like, even on the roads, you couldn't. It was just like a tunnel to the next area, next small area.
Yeah, and it's just like I know there's a lot of open portions in that game, but I think it's a little bit after you've played it for a little bit, you know. But I mean, I feel like a game as soon as you start it, not as soon as you start it, but like a little bit after you start it, should just be like showing its teeth, you know. Like don't.
Yeah, here it is.
Don't waste my time.
Yeah. That's a big mistake.
Yeah, that's not what I wanted unfortunately. But then Far Cry 3 came out and blew me out of the freaking water. So I mean, they literally like, I feel like they almost made up for it with the next game.
I never played Far Cry 3, but I got Blood Dragon.
Yeah, he got Blood Dragon, and I haven't played Blood Dragon, which is crazy. So.
Well, they're both awesome. So they redeemed Far Cry 2 Far Cry Ubisoft redeemed itself.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah. That's probably
another thing I didn't like about Far Cry 2. Like, you're just listening to it in the beginning. The guy's talking, and it's like, what? This sucks.
Oh my!
How lackluster was that? It was just bad.
One thing that annoyed me, and I don't know if this is just random circumstance, but you know how like the weapons in that game degrade. Like, I don't know if you remember that, but the weapons in that game degrade, and so like
I don't remember having. I like played for an hour.
Oh my god! Well,
it was so bad.
I kept picking up weapons, and they kept degrading like that. Like they were just done. Like they would just degrade like immediately after I picked them up, and it was really starting to piss me off. And I was like, among all the other things, I can't even fucking shoot somebody anymore. Like I was just so mad. And that game just, oh my god.
To bring it full circle, $60, terrible. We didn't do much research. That's what happens when you don't wait, folks. I think we actually pre-ordered that game.
Yeah, we pre-ordered it because we were so excited. Because it was so hyped up.
Yeah.
Like, it looked
Classic
so good.
hyped up game.
Yeah.
And then you get screwed when you...
I think it's just because...
You just get screwed anymore.
Yeah.
When you pre-order, you just get screwed. That's it.
Our expectations, both of our expectations were so high. And then, like, ironically, I went into Far Cry 3 with low expectations and was vastly... fucking happy about that game because it was amazing. So
yeah, if you do, who would have thunk? You make a good game, people are gonna buy it.
Yeah,
you don't gotta go. And guess what? If you pre-order, or you don't have to pre-order, it's gonna be there.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
I mean, like you know what you
It'll
can
probably be at the store that day. You can go buy it.
Yeah, a lot of times what you can even do, and what I would actually recommend is for games that have like pre-order bonuses and stuff like that. Like what you can do is you can go there a few days after the game's released so you can see everything that everybody has to say about it, or maybe even a week after if you want to. The game's still going to be there. The pre-order bonus is the little card or whatever the crap you get to put in the code is still going to be there waiting for you. So just pre-order it if you want the pre-order bonus. Obviously, you don't have to do that on the Star Wars Battlefront game coming up. But pre-order it if you want the pre-order bonus, and then just go to the store and pick it up then. After you've seen, like, oh, if the game sucks, move your pre-order to something else.
Of course, he's talking about put your $5 down at GameStop.
Don't put 60.
Yeah, just put the 5 down, and if you don't like the reviews it's getting, get that $5 back.
Yeah, and I know that I think if you pre-order games online, like through PlayStation Network or Xbox One or whatever, I think you have to pay the full price for those. Maybe not on Steam.
Digital
I don't know about Steam.
Yeah, if you buy it before,
Okay, so just don't do that. Don't ever do that, because like we said, when developers see that you're doing that, they know that they can slack off on the game. Assassin's Creed Unity, Master Chief Collection, you've seen it. You've seen the examples. Just don't.
Don't do it.
Just don't.
Don't smoke, kids.
Yeah. Only you can prevent bullshit.
That's the most cool thing from this podcast. Only you.
Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for us today. Thank you. A big thank you to Caleb for joining. Josh isn't going to be here for the next few times we do this, so we might get like a guest star or something like that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I don't know. We'll talk about that after this. Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. We're trying to get one of these out a week. Sometimes we get busy and we can't do that. But if not, there'll be Nitpick Rants videos up too. So if you guys want to hear about gaming news and me complaining, then there you go. But yeah, what's it? Wow. There's something else we always said at the end. I don't remember what it is.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Thank you guys for watching, though. Subscribe and bye.